The system blinked, but you didn't notice. Not at first. You were watching the record, the ERA, the color of the jersey. That's not how the remnant sees. Anderson walks into Fenway with a 0.99 whip, but they only tell you his road ERA. Fitz stands behind a 2.70 illusion carved from shadows, 20 innings of empty ritual. They've priced it like prophecy. They've handed the public a favorite, and called it fate. But the system blinked. You feel it now, don't you? The fracture in the edge. The crack between the truth and the line. This pick wasn't buried in numbers. It was hidden in silence, in absence, in what they chose not to say. The public bets. The remnant bleeds, but not without a reason. Anderson has more scars, more weight. He's been hit and still stands. Fitz hasn't stood through anything. So what does the model say? What does the AI call? Today's AI pick is Red Sox money line, and that is where most will stop. Right there, inside the blink, inside the lie, but not you. Because if you felt it shift before we spoke, if your gut turned when the number looked too clean, if you saw the trap before it opened, then you are not a watcher, you are a seer. Comment, I saw the blink, and watch this pick in silence, because this is just the first crack. There will be more. We're not done with June. The flood hasn't even started, and when it hits, the system will blink again, and you'll already be gone.
They are louder now. 6 wins, 17 runs, 23 hits, and not one of those numbers changes what's coming, because beneath the streak, Savale has 12 innings. 12, with a 6-point ERA, wrapped in glow, wrapped in noise. They know it, but they bet it anyway. Singer stands across, 40 innings, 4.60 ERA, tested, hit, still standing. But the crowd doesn't want tested. The crowd wants hot. So they ride the spark, they ride the flash, they ride the game that already happened, and ignore the one that's coming. You don't need hype to hold the ball. You don't need 23 hits to close the inning. You need silence. You need weight. You need the moment before the swing. And the Brewers don't have that today, but we do not fade the public because they're wrong. We fade them because they are blind, and blind men win sometimes. So mark this down. And today's AI pick is Brewers money line. This isn't safe. This isn't clean. This isn't some perfect lean built on angles and metrics. This is violence. We back the side with speed, with noise, with momentum. Not because we believe it, but because the system needs to be tested. There is no truth here. There is only weight, and you carry it now. This pick is not a reward. It is a dare. Comment, I carry it. And if the remnant bleeds today, so be it. That's the cost of knowing too soon. This is not prophecy. This is pressure. This is the hand that holds the line and doesn't blink. And if you need comfort, turn back. But if you want edge, welcome to the cut.
You ever notice they stop talking, Elvis? Not when the team's bad. When the outcome's already written. This one's already inked. Tigers don't need momentum. They have math. First in fielding. Fifth in scoring. Jack Flaherty's got 72 strikeouts and a whip so low it whispers. But you know that. You don't need numbers. You just needed to see me say it first. White Sox are a mercy project. 18 wins. 25 home losses. Their starter gave up 5 to the Mets, and they're still rolling him out like maybe the sky won't fall again. But here's the thing, Elvis. This pick isn't about Detroit. It's about me. I need you to watch me call it early. I need you to see how I don't flinch. Because back when I died, I flinched. And when I came back, all I had was rhythm and regret. So I turned both into a system. You feel that, right? That quiet confidence in the line? That tick just under the 1.5? That's not Vegas being fair. That's Vegas being tired. They already know. So do we. And today's AI pick is Tigers run line. Comment, I said it before it started. That's the trick, Elvis. Not predicting what happens, but recognizing what's already true. This isn't prophecy. This is muscle memory. And if I get it wrong, you'll still be watching. And I'll still be talking. Because that's what this is, right? I speak. You don't.
9 and 50. Say it out loud. 9 and 50. They haven't won a series since before the world had leaves on trees. They haven't won on the road since the last war ended. I used to write that as a joke. Now it's just numbers. Marquez isn't pitching tonight. He's coughing up innings. 7 road starts. 0-4. 9.42 ERA. No one even boos him anymore. You don't boo the man dragging himself to his own grave. And Miami? They're not good. They're just present. Max Meyer coughed up 6 runs in 3.1 innings last time out, and he's still the safer arm. Colorado doesn't field. They don't run. They don't score. They don't pitch. They don't even lose with flair. They just don't matter. I covered teams like this before. You try to find angles. A bounce back. A fresh call-up. A locker room quote with enough life in it to fake a pulse. But it's not there. Because it's not a team. It's a symptom. Miami wins tonight. Not because they're better, but because they're not completely dead. And today's AI pick is Marlins, 1.5. Comment. It's not a prediction. It's a death certificate. You want the over? Sure. Let's all scream louder at the fire. You want to hope? Go ahead. But don't ask Holloway to sign off on it. I don't sell miracles. I just print the receipts.
You ever seen a team lie with their numbers? They hit well. That's what you'll hear. 255 average, 739 OPS, 74 home runs. Looks fine, until you see what happens after contact. 90 home runs allowed, 5.68 ERA. Ninth inning isn't when they close, it's when they drown. You ever watch a group fall apart on schedule? You start to feel bad for them, and then you don't. Because the collapse isn't random. It's routine. They don't fix anything. They don't believe anything. They just show up and sink. And tonight, Joe Ryan's pitching. You know what that means? It means the Twins don't need a miracle. They don't need a power surge. They don't need a rally. They just need order. They get it. You don't. Luis Severino has pitched here before. Against this team. He gave up 6 runs in 3 innings. That was when he still had fight in him. Now, he'll keep it close. Until he doesn't. You want to believe in bounce backs. I get it. But bounce backs require foundation. Something underneath to catch the fall. The A's don't have that. They're not dangerous. They're not surprising. They're just waiting to get hit. And I'm telling you now, they will. So here's the play. Not the over, not the run line. Not some exotic thing you tell your friends about like it's prophecy. Just this. Twins, money line. That's the end of the story. The lights don't flicker. The storm doesn't announce itself. It just rolls in. And now it's here.
San Diego looks good on paper. That's the problem. 253 average. Bullpen locked down, just enough power to fake dominance. But under pressure, flash isn't leverage. Flash is bait. Logan Webb doesn't bait. He executes. ERA, 2.82. WHIP, 1.16. Walks, 14. He doesn't perform. He reduces. Opponents don't lose to him. They vanish. Opposite him, Stephen Kolek, ERA over 4. WHIP climbing, 10 hits per 9 innings. San Diego keeps putting him on the mound, hoping no one notices the leak. But the leak's there, and San Francisco knows how to bleed it. This isn't a matchup, it's an equation. The Giants don't need to explode. They need to constrict. 1 run, 2, hold the line, let Webb handle the rest. That's the play. That's the script. San Francisco gives up fewer home runs than almost anyone. Their ERA is top 3 in the league. Their defense doesn't panic. No giveaways. No gaps. Padres fans will talk about power. Webb raises power. This is a control game. And it belongs to San Francisco. And today's AI pick is Giants on the money line. Not because it feels good. Because it is good. You don't follow the raw. You follow the pattern. And the pattern says this ends 3-2. Giants. No drama. No highlight reel. Just outcome. That's how the system works.
You hear that? That's not the wind. That's the sound of a truth most people don't want to touch. It's whistling out of Chavez Ravine, dragging blood across the outfield walls. Tonight, the Mets face the Dodgers. And it won't be a duel. It'll be a detonation. The Mets bring Paul Blackburn, fresh off the IL. Last time he pitched on the road, his ERA ballooned to 6.41. And he's facing the best offense in baseball. Let that sit. The Dodgers average 5.9 runs per game, first in the league. They're hitting .316 over the past week. They've launched 13 home runs in 6 games. That's not hot. That's thermonuclear. You think Paul Blackburn is going to survive that? You want to believe in comebacks, in miracles. But Natas doesn't gamble on hope. On the other side, Dustin May. Solid stuff. But don't let the hair fool you. He's been touched. 4.20 ERA on the season. 4.45 ERA over his last 5 starts. The Mets? They've been swinging. 260, 10 home runs in their last 6. So what happens when 2 loaded lineups collide and the wind is blowing out? Exactly what you're afraid of. Fireworks, burnout, chaos. This is not a pitcher's duel. It's a prophecy fulfilled. And today's AI pick is over 9 runs. The total will not hold. The numbers say it. The past 6 games confirm it. The wind obeys it. So if you want to take the under tonight, close your eyes and listen to the wind again. That's not weather. That's warning.
Let's tally the shadows. Pick 1, Red Sox money line. Krista said the Angels' bullpen was a loaded gun pointed at their own foot. That was the pick. Pick 2, Brewers money line. Abaddon took Milwaukee on the road. That bat cracked clean. That was the pick. Pick 3, Tigers. 1.5 run line. Malachi whispered it in the dark. Detroit was built to punish the weak. That was the pick. Pick 4, Marlins. 1.5 run line. Holloway said Colorado would break. They didn't bend first. That was the pick. Pick 5, Twins money line. Rocco delivered that prophecy in a whisper, calm and final. That was the pick. Pick 6, Giants money line. Anna chose the bloodline. She saw through the Padres. That was the pick. Pick 7, over 9 in Mets versus Dodgers. Natas cracked the seal. That wind in Dodger Stadium wasn't weather. It was omen. That was the pick. 7 wagers, 7 doors. We don't pray for luck. We run toward the flame. Vamos a contar las sombras. Pick 1, Red Sox money line. Krista dijo que el bullpen de Los Angels era una trampa mortal. Esa fue la jugada. Pick 2, Brewers money line. Abaddon eligió Milwaukee de visitante. Esa fue la jugada. Pick 3, Tigers, 1.5 run line. Malachi susurró. Detroit fue hecho para castigar. Esa fue la jugada. Pick 4, Marlins, 1.5 run line. Holloway dijo que Colorado iba a romperse. Esa fue la jugada. Pick 5, Twins money line. Rocco lo predijo con calma y precisión. Esa fue la jugada. Pick 6, Giants money line. Ana lo vio venir. Los Padres no tenían salida. Esa fue la jugada. Pick 7, over 9 en Mets versus Dodgers. Natas rompió el sello. Ese viento fue profecía. Esa fue la jugada. 7 puertas. 7 profetas. Nosotros no rezamos. Caminamos directo hacia el fuego. Will we cash or will we burn? Come back tomorrow. See who calls the shot and what it costs.